Hi there everybody, this is David, and I hope that you're enjoying Dragon Quest II HD2D Remastered as much as I am. Today we're going to be talking about all 4 party members, how to recruit them, and also what do they do and what are their roles in the party. And I definitely do think that's worth the sub as you come and you join a party and you level on up with me. With your sub, your like, and your brand new hype, it does help me out a ton. So I've loved this game ever since I got it for Christmas when I was like a little kid, when I was about 8 or 9 or so years old. So of course this remake is like a dream come true to me. And now we have all new, brand new spells and abilities, plus a whole new character in the Princess of Cannock, so this is a whole new ball game. So I cannot wait to tell you all about each party member, how to get them, and how to make the best use of them as well. First up, of course, is the Prince of Middenhall. He's your hero, so you don't exactly have to go out of your way to recruit him, and he is the most basic of the bunch, not able to cast any spells whatsoever, but his HP, defense, and attack power do make up for it. However, he's also the slowest in the group, but his equipment draw is second to none. Yeah, he's not able to equip any sort of magical wands or wizard's robes or anything else like that, and he also can't equip the multi-hitting whips or boomerangs, but he can equip the strongest swords and strongest armors in the game. Ability-wise, he's pretty versatile too. While the rest of the party can hit elemental weaknesses with their magic and abilities, he's the only character that can hit racial or species weaknesses, I guess for lack of a better term. What I mean by this is that while other party members can hit fire, ice, wind, and lightning weaknesses, he can hit the undead, demonic, bestial, or even dragon and metal weaknesses. Not only that, but pretty cool abilities like Helm Splitter, which reduces the monster's defense, Mercurial Thrust, which allows him to attack first, and Puff Puff, where he squeezes the life out of enemies with his massive pecs of steel, just make him great. Next up is the Prince of Cannock, and like all the party members, recruiting him is a bit of a wild goose chase. You're first told to go to the Kingdom of Cannock, only to find that the prince is no longer there. But thankfully his sister will join up with you as you make your way east to the Wellspring of the Hero, only to find out that he's not there either. The old man suggests going over to Middenhall, but you guessed it, he's not there either. And your father says that he was headed on back to Cannock Castle. But if you go there, you'll find out that he hasn't reached Cannock yet because he actually stopped to rest first over in Leftwyn. So just pop on into the inn there, and you'll find your first full-fledged party member. The Prince of Cannock received a major upgrade in this version of the game because he used to just be a coffin. But now he is the second best spellcaster in the game, having access to powerful healing spells, group hitting fire spells, ice spells, and even the super powerful lightning line of spells, in addition to instant death spells too. He's so helpful in boss fights with his buff line of spells that increase the entire party's defense. He's just like a great all-around character to have around. He also has the ability to revive his compatriots and can pretty much equip whatever weapons and armor that he wants. Powerful warrior armor, over the lighter mage armor, and crucially, he can also equip the all-targeting boomerangs too, though he isn't able to equip the group-targeting whips that the girls can. His abilities are pretty neat too. Whereas the Prince of Middenhall can hit multiple monster types, he instead gets elemental sword attacks like Flame, Lightning, and Gust Slash, in addition to be able to hit an enemy twice with the Falcon Slash, or even killing an enemy outright with the Assassin Stab. He's easily the best all-around party member that you have, able to fit in any role that you need. He's essentially like the Red Mage of Dragon Quest II. Next up is the Princess of Moonbrook, and just like the Prince of Middenhall, getting her to join is going to take a little bit of time. Because you see, she was actually turned into a dog, which you'll find out as you make your way down to Moonahan. There will be this friendly dog that follows you around, but she's a good doggy, and she's not going to leave town. So instead, head on over to Moonbrook Castle, and you'll see the poor king's ghost lamenting the loss of his daughter, only to then hear a noise over in the courtyard. So make your way down and around the outskirts of the castle through the swamps in order to get on over there. And then you hear a voice talking about the Mirror of Ra in the shrine to the east. So make your way on over to the far east and you'll find this shrine in the middle of a swamp, head on in and grab the Mirror of Ra. But be sure to also grab the treasures on the outskirts of the shrine too before warping on back to Moonahan. I do hope that you have a Chimera Wing with you for this, and then make your way over to that friendly little doggy again, use the Mirror of Ra, and then she'll turn on back to the Princess of Moonbrook, and finally join your party. The Princess of Moonbrook is as close as you're going to get to a dedicated spellcaster, because the other 3 party members really do lean much more towards traditional physical fighters. so she's going to be supporting your party from the rear, and she does a great job at this. She's definitely your best all-around spellcaster, with access to the best healing spells, as well as the best damaging spells too. She's able to cast explosion magic that damages all enemies, as well as ice and wind spells. She just can't cast the lightning or fire magic that the Kanaki and cousins can, at least not without a scroll. In addition to that, she also gets access to the revival magical spells and tons of support magic, like Oomph, which doubles a character's attack power, Magic Barrier, which protects everyone from magical damage, Insulate, which protects everyone from breath damage, the Sap line of spells, which reduces a monster's defense, Snooze to put them to sleep, and Dazzle to lower their accuracy, just to name a few. Ability-wise, hers aren't as hot as the others, but seeing as she was once a dog, she does get Nose for Treasure, which she can use outside of a battle to detect how many treasures are still in an area. And crucially, she also has Holy Protection to reduce the amount of random encounters, which just makes traveling around exponentially easier. And finally, we have the last party member, the Princess of Cannock, who was not in any of the other versions of the game. After you go to Baran for the first time, the Prince of Cannock will get cursed after a particularly difficult boss fight. And I'm going to tell you right now, it may be very tempting to go on and get the Princess of Cannock after immediately getting the boat, but this guy is hard, really hard. So at the very, very bare minimum, at least make sure that the Prince of Cannock is at least level 18 so that he learns the Kabuff spell before taking this guy on, because otherwise, I really do think he's pretty much impossible. Anyway, after he comes on down with the curse, you'll head on back to Cannock to tell his parents, and then the Queen has a great idea of getting the leaf of the World Tree to heal him. So head on back to Baran, only to find the plucky little princess has somehow inexplicably arrived there before you. Here, the priest will tell you what he knows about the leaf of the World Tree, and then give you the forest's favor. So now leave, and sail due west to the newly highlighted island on the world map. There, you'll meet up with the Prince of Cannock again, and while she still won't join as a proper party member, she will come along as a guest, and thankfully, she's no longer using those goof-off abilities this time. Make your way on through the forest, and then grab the leaf of the World Tree, and there is no boss fight at the end. Afterwards, you'll automatically head on back to Baran and administer it to the Prince of Cannock, and now finally, both of them will join up with your party. As I said before, the Princess of Cannock is a brand new addition to this version of the game, so it's very interesting to see how she fits in with the existing party dynamics. She's easily the fastest character, and the second strongest one as well. However, her strength is kind of muted by her equipment draw, because unlike the boys and her brother, she's not able to equip the super powerful weapons like the axes and the swords, though she can equip Erdrick's sword. And she also excels with things like claws and both boomerangs and whips as well. So also, unlike her brother, she's not really able to equip the more magey type armor or wizard's wands or anything else like that. However, she can equip the female-only equipment like magical skirts, rabbit suits, garter belts, and blouses. So she is a mixed bag whenever it comes to her equipment draw. As far as her spells are concerned, she definitely comes in third place. She's the worst magically. She only has the lowly heal spell until much later on in the game when she gets the hustle dance. And she only has the ability to cast single target fire magic and ice magic. But she does get the sap line of spells, which is useful, but again, her magical prowess isn't anything to write home about. Then there's her abilities. And while the Prince of Middenhall went after monster types, and then the Prince of Cannock had elemental swords, her abilities mostly deal in like status effects, with things like Sleepy Slap that puts an enemy to sleep, and Shocking Slash to paralyze them, or Hypno Whip to confuse them. So the Princess of Cannock, as far as I'm concerned, is pretty much kind of like a bag of tricks, able to fulfill multiple roles, but nothing really all that well, though her speed with the boomerangs is really nice as it allows her to cut through random encounters like a knife through hot butter. So that's it for my overview of all the characters in Dragon Quest II, how to use them in battle, and also how to recruit them. I do hope that you found this helpful, and if you did, please be sure to leave a like and a hype, and definitely subscribe for some more RPG content, because if there's one thing that I'm passionate about, it's RPGs, and especially Dragon Quest, and I have a ton more videos on the way. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, have a good day.